Who would have thought a year ago, when the pandemic first hit, that our government and media would be talking about implementing mandatory vaccine passports? Now, there were those on the left who said that the vaccine passport was a conspiracy theory, nothing to worry about, until it wasn't, because it's already in America. The nation's first vaccine passport has already come to, surprise, surprise, New York. The program, named the Excelsior Pass, is an app that will allow New Yorkers to prove their vaccination status or recent history of a negative COVID-19 test in order to gain entry to events and businesses, according to a press release. The Biden administration is also working on a vaccine passport initiative, according to U.S. News and World Report. And NBC News asks, vaccine passports, will they be available in the U.S. in time for summer? Now, I know we're all eager to get back to normal, and this vaccine passport is being sold to us as our ticket back to normalcy, but it is far from it. Something much more sinister is behind it. I, for one, am not planning on taking the vaccine for a virus that has a 99.9% survival rate. The fact is, the vaccine has been approved by the FDA as an experimental drug for emergency use. It was developed at record speed, and we simply don't know what the long-term effects are, especially on women in their childbearing years. And here's the other thing. You can't sue Pfizer or Moderna if you have severe COVID vaccine side effects. The government likely won't compensate you for damages either. But we should all be free to make our own health decisions. But it seems with a vaccine passport, no, you are not. It will be forced on you in order for you to participate in regular life. Who thinks it's a good idea to give the government or private companies the right to deny you entry into a store, a restaurant, a school, or to get on a plane for not getting an experimental vaccine? Who wants them to get access to your private health information? Why are we so willing to give up our civil liberties this easily? Look, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I've been vaccinated and my family's been vaccinated. But this is something very different. We need to see it for what it is. Another power grab by the Democrats. If we've learned anything this past year, it's that the Democrats will use any crisis to gain more and more power over us. The coronavirus pandemic was the perfect crisis, a once-in-a-century event. First, they told us 15 days to slow the spread. They told us millions of people would die if we didn't lock down the whole country. They told us our schools and churches had to shut down because they were super spreaders. They forced our restaurants and businesses to close, and many went bankrupt, while the profits of big retailers like Amazon and Walmart skyrocketed. They forced statewide mask mandates on us. They barred us from visiting our loved ones as they gave birth or breathed their last breath. And we complied. But since then, we've learned that the novel coronavirus has a 99.9% survival rate for most of the population. That while our Democrat leaders forced us to stay in our homes and shut down our businesses and schools, they were enjoying life and going wherever they pleased. That while our churches, schools, and businesses closed down, Black Lives Matter rioted and looted for months on the street with no social distancing, with the full approval and praise of our Democrat leaders. The novel coronavirus did not do that to our families, businesses, and schools. The Democrats did. Now they're telling us we'll be able to get back to normal if we just get the vaccine. That's our ticket, guys. We will finally have our freedoms back. Oh, that's not true? Well, according to Dr. Fauci, no, it's not.
Eating and drinking indoors in restaurants and bars, is that okay now?
No, it's still not okay for the simple reason that the level of infection, the dynamics of infection in the community are still really disturbingly high. Like just yesterday, there were close to 80,000 new infections, and we've been hanging around 60, 70, 75,000. So if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated as soon as vaccine becomes available to you. And if you are vaccinated, please remember that you still have to be careful and not get involved in crowded situations. particularly indoors where people are not wearing masks.
So what makes you think it's going to stop with getting the vaccine and the vaccine passport? Whatever happened to our freedoms? Over the past year, we've gotten so used to handing over our freedoms to our overlords in the name of public health and safety. I wonder, did we forget we're Americans? The colonists fought the War of Independence over less serious grievances than what we've endured during this pandemic. We're going down the slippery slope real quick. Some people have already made the connection. Author Naomi Wolf, who regretfully voted for Biden, has stated that the vaccine passport is the same platform as China's social credit system.
I can't say this any more clearly. The vaccine passport platform is the same platform as a social credit system. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. The vaccine passport platform is the same platform as a social credit system, like in China, that enslaves 8 billion people. In China, the CCP can find any dissident in 5 minutes because of the 360-degree surveillance of the social credit system. And it means that when you act like a good citizen, you get a boost, and when you act like a bad citizen, opportunities get closed to you. Maybe your child doesn't get into college or get into prep school. Maybe, you don't get that job, you don't get that promotion. The vaccine passport that is being proposed in the rest of the West is the same platform. I can't say that enough, speaking as a tech CEO. What I mean is, once this platform rolls out, any other functionality can be linked to it with no problem.
This is the biggest threat to our liberties America has seen in our history. Once the vaccine passport apps are implemented, the companies can basically add any functionality to it. It will be able to track you, get access to your health data, and merge with your bank accounts. They can also incorporate biometric information such as a thumbprint or facial recognition to prove your identity. You will not be able to go anywhere or buy and sell without using the app. And if you've done anything to displease Big Brother, they will be able to locate you and find you. This has nothing to do with the coronavirus and everything to do with power and control. Naomi Wolf is absolutely right. This will be the end of freedom in the West. Every Republican governor and leader needs to completely ban vaccine passports. Don't even let companies have the option. All the big corporations have already gone woke. The fact is, if we don't stand up to this and cause an uproar now, we will be subjected to an American social credit system. And the pandemic was just the perfect excuse to usher it in. Hi, this is Lisa Smiley. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share it. Also, join my locals community at lisasmiley.locals.com, where I post exclusive content. See you there.